Hello out there, and I'm doing a little bit of mod work today, specifically with this Kershaw leak and also a Ganzo blade over here. And in the downtime, while some of the processes are going with these two knives, I decided I just wanted to mess around with this Spyderco Delica 4. And what we have here is that Delica 4, the new limited edition S30V version with a Zome pattern on the handle scales. And this is the first time I've ever had or handled a Zome scaled knife, because I really didn't think it was going to be for me. Didn't think it was going to be my thing. Didn't see the point. But honestly, when I look at this up close, I really like the quality of the job that was done on the scales. I like it. I don't like this particular color pattern, which is why I'm going to try to dye them. But I really like the attention to detail and how nicely all of the colors and the pattern just meshes together. So if you haven't seen the Zome knives before, every one is different. Every scale is just a little bit different. They're all unique. And the thing that I didn't know before I got this knife was just that they blended and merged, across both scales and the backspacer so perfectly. I didn't know that that was going to be the case. So let me try to get that in focus right here so you can see what I mean. So that pattern, just goes from this scale seamlessly onto the backspacer and onto the other side. So the process, makes it so it looks like one complete dye job, and that's really awesome. So I'm excited about that, but like I said, yellow, not really my color. The green's good, yellow not so much. So what I'm going to try to do is dye these scales a little bit blue. And what the blue should do, if I'm remembering this right, the blue should turn the yellow like a dark green, and then, or maybe like a bluish green, and then turn the green a darker green. And so hopefully we'll have like a two-tone greenish blue kind of color on these. So yeah, just wanted to give you a before and after, and definitely get this knife captured for posterity, because I have been told by a couple people that my specific Zome knife right here has a particularly good looking pattern, so got a little bit lucky with that. So I'm going to be using RIT dye. Got all my RIT dye in a baggie here. Any experts out there would probably recommend me using the liquid stuff, but I've always used the powder and it's been sort of okay. And hopefully we'll do a little bit better than sort of okay today. So I will check back with you once I have those results. But again, here is the green and yellow Zome one last time before it goes away for forever. All right. Alright guys, and I'm back here with the results portion of the video, and we are in some direct sunlight so that you can see some of the color on the knife. And I'm not really talking about the bronzing that I did. I'm trying to get the best shots of the scales that I possibly can. And hopefully you're going to be able to see on camera that these are just a really dark navy blue at this point. And you'll probably be able to tell that this is not what the intention was. This is not what I was trying to do. I was trying to keep that Zome pattern just in a different kind of color scheme. And in the other, the other mods that I was working on at the same time, I just sort of lost track of what I was doing and didn't check on this one fast enough, and it went completely dark. So, it's when you're working with dark dye, the process can go pretty quickly, and that's sort of what happened here. I was checking on it and was seeing a good bit of progress over the course of just a couple minutes, and then I looked away to work on something else and came back, and this is what I had. And unfortunately, it's not what I wanted, but it's still, I don't know, it's still sort of okay. A deep navy blue scale isn't the worst thing in the world. One thing that you may or may not be able to pick up, I've tried filming this video a few times already and just haven't really been able to capture it, but the process just wasn't perfect. There are a couple spots where you can see the patchiness down beneath the blue, and it's just very faint, and probably something that you'd never notice if you didn't know it was there already. So maybe that's just me and my my being a little bit particular. But yeah, you can see just a little bit of like lightness here and there where the dye just didn't coat evenly. One thing that I did certainly mess up, and I'm going to try to get this on camera if I can, and you might be able to see it right now, is just inside this lip on the inside of the scale. There's a little bit of yellow. Yeah, you definitely can see that right now. It's on both sides. And, you know, since those Zome scales are that yellow and green on the inside of the scale too, you know, you have to dye the inside as well. And here you can see that I just didn't get a complete coverage on the inside. So that's sort of sitting out there as a blemish. I don't know, in order to try to make this a more complete knife, I ended up bronzing everything, and the Spyderco hardware and clip really took to the bronzing well. And you can see just how clear that is and what a nice color I got on it. But it does leave me with one more conundrum, one more question, and that's what to do with the blade. Because looking at the knife now, and you know, that transition from the bronze to just the satin finish on the blade, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. It sort of makes the blade stick out, and I feel like something needs to be done to the blade. The problem with that, though, is that this is one of the first ever like S30V Delicas that there's ever been, and I sort of want to keep this blade pristine. I don't want to really, you know, acid stonewash it or anything, because who knows, maybe one day I want to put this on a different set of scales or something, and you know, I'd like this to be stock. But right now, I don't know, it just doesn't look quite right. Those of you who said that when I posted this knife on Instagram, you were right. I mean, it just doesn't seem like it fits in with the rest of the design. So any suggestions about what I should do in regards to the blade, let me know. Let me know what you think, and maybe we'll go that route. But otherwise, I think at the end of the day, I'm still pretty satisfied with what we have here. You know, not what I was shooting for, but definitely still something that I think is preferable to the original scales, and definitely happy to have the S30V. So, all right, guys, definitely live and learn when it comes to mods, and hopefully the next dye job will be a little bit more exact and precise. So, thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, you know where to reach me, and I will talk with you soon. Have a good one, and take care.